first live segment. I am Jelly. This is my lovely family. We have Ife, Susu, Suki, and we're going to talk about the most outlandish, craziest things, but the things you want to hear about. So first topic, ladies.
Yes.
Thotties with no bodies.
Hate it.
Ife, how do you feel about those bodies out there?
I just think everything is not for everyone. You have to know what works for you. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because there's a lot of inappropriate things.
I agree. If it's tight, don't make it right.
It ain't right always.
That's right. Sue, how do you feel about these thotties wearing these inappropriate outfits?
I think
You know, the chichos hanging out.
I think it's gross. It's
Honestly.
At all.
And just because they make it, don't mean you should fake it.
Or buy it.
Or buy it and try it. Honestly, you see this during the summertime. Ladies, crop tops are not for everyone. If especially if you have a crop covering a muffin and the muffin is spilling over, you don't want. It's no bueno. It's no bueno. Butter it, or the chichos, right? You know, at a certain age too, that there's a cutoff to certain outfits that you wear, right?
Oh,
Ladies?
absolutely.
So what would you say the cutoff on crop top is?
Like 32.
That's not true. I think you can wear a crop top at any age.
All right,
I think
Sue,
it
why?
just depends if you have the body or not. You ever seen like Jada Pinkett's mom?
Oh yes,
Like
that's
she
true.
can wear a crop top.
That's true.
She could.
Beanie wears crop tops.
But I feel like if you're of a
You
certain
wear crop
age,
tops. So
I
what are you
wouldn't. I'm
talking about?
49. I wouldn't. If I had the ads, I still wouldn't wear a crop top.
I don't think
That's just me.
I don't think there's anything wrong. I think it has nothing to do with age and everything to do with the body.
So that's true. I'll agree with that because even Angela Bassett has a better body than most 20-year-olds.
Yes,
So
this is true.
shout out to Angela. You know, shout out
But
to.
does she wear crop tops?
She wears bikinis
Yeah.
In
the beach.
okay.
Okay, Nicole Murphy. How about Nicole Murphy?
Okay.
She
All
wears
right.
crop tops.
You're right. You're
All
right.
right, Nicole be
Bam.
killing it, man. And she, how many? 6 kids? 6, 5
This
kids.
is true. All right.
Janet Jackson, if you're nasty. she wears them too. Who are some of our other? I dare to say Madonna would do it. What would you say, Madonna?
She would.
Madonna would do it.
She would.
Cher, you think?
Cher still wears unitard.
Cher wears unitard.
Beyonce wears crop top.
She
she's
mother.
not that old, but I'm saying she is older than 30.
That's
This is true.
She
I
is?
said 32.
Okay, so Ife
Okay.
is.
All right.
Yes.
But I take it back. Yeah. You've enlightened me.
Yeah,
The more you know, the more you grow.
absolutely.
That's that aha moment. Every time we throw shade, we're going to sip. And that was shade on that. Bodies with no bodies.
There's nothing to sip, so sip for me.
Sue is sipless right now, but we will make sure that she has her cup because we don't want her to be solo. This show is also brought to you by The Lump, and that is an iconic dance by the great James and Kimye.
Oh,
That's
lump.
right.
Hey,
Lump.
Speaking of thotties with no bodies, juicy fruit. Okay, the fruit is juicy.
I thought you was going to talk about the song.
No.
Like,
No, I
let's
was-
not go there.
I was making
Okay.
well.
Yeah.
This is the sexual.
No.
Okay. All right. It's
I
awkward.
just found out what that song was about.
Ife, what year?
Can I tell you though what it was? What was the interview? Was it the Breakfast Club?
You just found
That's
out.
when I found out what that song was about.
How long did you know what it was
You
about?
know, I never really thought about it. I was so young. Juicy fruit. I didn't know she was eating cherries or some shit. Well, rather seductively now.
Yes, I was gonna say
Juicy.
cherry.
Yeah, you know.
Well, cheers to
Yes,
that. Cheers to Sue.
Do you have your vape?
Cheers to yeah.
And speaking of scandals, lies in hip hop. That's right. Next subject. Lies and hip hop.
Yeah.
Which is correlation to love and hip hop, ladies and gentlemen.
I think they got it.
What is the biggest debacle between LA, Atlanta, and New York? What do you see the common trend?
That they're thirsty.
Thirsty?
But, you know,
But who's the rapper? Who's the rapper?
There are none.
No.
there's no hip hop.
There's no hip hop. I feel like Remy Ma, Joe Budden, Emily because of Fab, and that was like a segue. But who
Right.
else? Peter Guns,
This is true.
Papoose.
Well, hip hop, they're producers,
Right.
right? So
There's
they're still in
producers.
hip hop.
DJs.
DJs,
Mhm.
yeah, that's true. But wouldn't you agree that it is a lot of trifling things that happen on there that are kind of embarrassing?
Very.
And I wish they projected a better light of us.
They never do.
They don't.
They don't like to portray us in that light.
You know, why are we always flying over tables like squirrels, fighting each other over people on the show? It's really
nonsense.
sad. How did y'all feel about this whole Safari situation and Shorty on the LA one? Okay.
I don't watch.
I just think
Oh.
I do watch. I watch. You know.
So how'd you feel about that? What's the wife's name? What's
Lyrica?
Lyrica.
Well,
That's
she's
right.
definitely. I feel like she's old. They say that she's like 28 or something.
But she's older.
Wow.
I'm sure quite a few are going to
Shit.
bend
She looks
the truth.
super old though. Like.
What did you think though about the whole thing? Do you think her and Safari did it?
Who knows? That stuff is like they're scripted.
What's the
It's not
thing?
like they're just flying
So-
off the cuff. They're setting scenes
I
up.
also
You know.
don't follow Shade Room or Tea Tenders anymore, so I have no. clue.
Can you tell us why you
Like
don't follow
cultural.
them? Is it cultural appropriation for you?
No, because I'm very particular about like the content that I consume now on social
Right.
media.
Is it toxic for
It's
you?
very toxic and it serves me no purpose in life. So I'd much rather read through like intellectual writings and articles.
Suki is our Huey Newton. She's our Huey.
Of the crew.
Yeah, and she's the most Wakanda.
Intellectual stimulation
Of-
is really my quest.
Yes.
Now,
Yeah.
you know.
Yes, and as well, we're
Didn't
throwing
you tell me
shade.
to put the shade room on my Instagram? No,
No,
that
I
was that you? Bae.
I was gonna say.
She was like,
It
shit.
is very informative though, but I can always
You just find the content.
I can
You're
always
no-
go and like check their page if I'm like dying
That's
for
true. That's
super
true.
juicy
and you
things.
can see it.
But I'm like, Tea Tender specifically was too ignorant. Like Liv is very ignorant. And
I don't even know what
appreciated
tea
it.
tender is.
But I was
Same
like, what are
kind
you
of
doing?
like gossip.
Yeah, it's like, what are you really doing?
Yeah, I mean, I get it. We're trying to make a platform for ourselves, but we're also showing the positive and the negative outcomes.
This is true.
We're not just focusing on the negative. And we respect everybody got to make a dollar to, you know, that's,
Right.
yeah, but we
That's
just
true.
wish they would show more their talent than of them scratching their way to the top. One of my favorites is Tommy, but she's depicted on Atlanta as the most disturbed.
Mm-hmm. But she is, isn't
But
she?
She is, but I
what
think
is it
the
about her?
shows-
What is it about her that you gravitate towards, or?
Because I feel her pain, and I feel like a lot of things she does is out of pain.
But you think she's brutally honest about
Yes.
who she is
Mhm.
and her struggles and where she
Mhm.
comes from and where she's trying to get, and she's open. Whereas a lot of them kind of hide.
Yes.
You know, they give you this TV
Jaded.
persona.
Mm-hmm. Rashida, that
I don't-
is.
I don't know what she does. Is
Well,
she
I
like
just
a
feel
friend
bad
to the?
for her on Atlanta,
Who's
Why do you
Rashida?
go-
Oh.
because
Ah.
because she's always in a scenario where some woman is like popping up. Unfortunately, Mr. Frost, but that
He's
is.
a dickhead.
And unfortunately, some women are in these predicaments because we try to stick through for the children. Because at the end of the day, it's about the
They're a
children.
Kardashian.
Unless they're a Kardashian, which is
Right.
our next subject. Well, I would like to call it Kardashian Kister Cult. Okay? So this is called the Kardashian Kister Cult section. What do you ladies think about the dynamic of the girls?
The sisters?
Yes.
I think they're like any other family. You know, they have the same kind of arguments that you would have.
Right.
You know, just in general. I think they love each other.
I
You know?
definitely think they do.
They're close, but they've also been living their lives in front of the world for what, a decade?
Oh,
Oh.
right?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And
Wow.
each one of them are mothers now, except for Kendall.
Mm-hmm.
Sue, how do you feel about the sisters?
In what aspect? I feel
As
that's
far-
a very broad question.
Okay, yes. So what I really wanted to highlight was the fact that they are honestly highlighted for their talent behind the scenes and on other scenes. But at the same time, I don't want to stop their hustle, but I don't want young ladies to think that's the way you climb to the success ladder.
But that's
Well, my issue is more that I think that they are culture vultures, and they like exemplify what it's like to profit off of black culture, but want nothing to do with it. So when Tyga made those statements about how, you know, he kind of exposed Kylie to this black
Right.
environment, he is right. But if it wasn't him, she would have done it with someone
Something.
else.
Right. Right.
So, and they all do that. They all have, except for Courtney, they all love black men, and they all set
Black
out to
culture.
have black babies intentionally. That's what they wanted.
they are cute though.
They are cute.
I don't take away from that, but when do they speak on anything that
Affects
concerns-
us or our community or
Never.
And
Well,
never.
Kim Kim got that black lady out of jail. She's
Well,
paying.
And you know that felt, you know, unfortunately.
But if she
I don't
if she
think-
wasn't a Kardashian, he would have never let her in the White House.
Right. Right.
So
So
If she didn't.
don't
look the
think
way
that
she-
I think that was her like bone to us. Like,
Right.
here we
Right.
go.
And
My husband hates Trump, so I'm gonna show you that I can do something good for the culture.
right.
and she does have black children too, though.
And that is also something that I feel like people carry as a purse nowadays.
It is.
Like
Little
I
nigglet.
adopted.
I
black
have a
baby.
little nigglet
It's like
baby.
a Prada.
It is.
You know, it's becoming an accessory.
It's a Birkin.
It's a Birkin baby.
It really
Okay.
is. Though.
And I don't understand if people are doing it so that they feel better about themselves, like an ego thing.
Trendy.
It's trendy. It's like Yeezys.
I want a pair.
I want a pair too. I mean, honestly, but culture vulture. And now we're going to talk about. Speaking of cultures and vultures, we're going to talk about the whole cat fight and beef with Bardi and with Cardi and Picky with Nicki. Okay, girls, how do you feel about what happened at the fashion show?
Well, you know, I don't really keep up with the culture,
Mhm.
but they were fighting over comments made over social media,
Yes.
basically.
Yes, they were.
So she was speaking on before being useless.
Sue, would you like to elaborate on what that was about? I could give
Well,
up to this on it.
Yeah, you probably have more details than I do. I mean, I know that Cardi claims that Nicki said things about her child.
Yes.
She kind of liked some comments that other people made. Other people's defense was, you know, but Cardi has called people's kids a monkey, and she doesn't, you know, she said things about dark-skinned women.
She does.
She does. I think that Vivica Fox made a great, she spoke about this. I
Yes,
forgot,
and she was
something.
basically saying
That
Nicki
is
knows
passive aggressive. She's
what
passive
she's
aggressive,
doing.
and she
She's
posts.
been in this game a minute. She's smart.
So
Yeah, but I think you think
She knew
Nicki
what
is
she was doing.
arrogant, and she does that, and I think she likes to play victim.
right, like what did I do?
Yeah. I also
I
do
didn't
think
do
that she
that.
is jealous of Cardi B because
Mhm.
Cardi has had so much shine. And just like Charlamagne said, Nicki Minaj is a sore winner. Like, you're winning, but you're
still
sore.
upset.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes. Unfortunately, what happens, and I say this all the time, me and Doc are 10 years apart, so that's literally the same age gap of Cardi and Nicki. Nicki's 35 and Cardi's 25. So for her to beef with her is really unfortunate because I feel like if anything, she should be mentoring her
Absolutely.
and helping her, guiding her,
And helping her learn how to come through this game.
right?
I don't social media for me. Like when you use it for things like that.
Right.
You know?
It was very confusing because people were. I get it. People were like, "That was not the time. That was not the place."
No, it definitely.
when
Let
is
me
the
tell you
time?
something. They
time?
let you into. Very few of us get invited to these kinds of events. So for you to go there in a D&G gown and behave that way, that for me,
I get that, but Cardi has built her brand off being ratchet and I don't give a fuck. And white people have made money and have profited off of this whole ratchet, I don't give a fuck. So I don't think you can be upset when she brings this ratchet, fuck you.
because you know what you're getting.
I mean,
She puts it out there.
Literally
You know who she is.
They have branded her to around being this person. So I don't know, why anyone should be shocked. I'm not saying that it was okay, but just like Amanda Steele said, there is no right place to fight.
Right.
Had she done it at the BET Awards,
It would have been
it
more
would have
acceptable. It would
been
like, oh,
more
it was at the
acceptable.
beach.
So then that
That's
goes
true.
into why do y'all feel to be so, why are you so conscious of white people? Why are you conscious of the environment when it's white people as opposed to when it's black people?
Right. And to bring both of your points together, yes, Sue. I'm sorry.
No, I'm done. Go ahead.
I was gonna bring both of your points together. Yes, it was tasteless. Yes, that's who she is. And to bring it together, I was gonna say she is just like her baby culture. She's a few months in the game.
Mm-hmm.
She's learning, and
You know what? Growing pains.
yeah.
But I love her. Like I love.
And that's what's
and I
also
love to
helping
see
her
her
success.
I love to see her
love
win
her.
because she was.
Right.
You knew who she was from day one.
Will
Right.
Smith. People are reposting her. They're like cheering her,
Right.
and she's like your neighbor. Not necessarily your neighbor, but she feels like a family.
She's the girl next door.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Like, everybody can relate to her on some level.
And to love Nicki too, you just don't want her to seem as this poor sport in it because what they said is she silently tries to stop your money,
She aging out the game.
and that's a hard pill to swallow.
Well, let's transfer that somewhere else. Like you said, mentor, help other people. You know what I'm saying? There's ways to give back. We don't do that enough in music, in
That's
our
what you were gonna
culture,
say.
in our community. Like once we
Especially
get out,
females.
it's hard. We're so busy trying to pull each other down. No, reach back and help her. You know what I'm saying? Don't take jabs at her. You know what I'm saying? Because you've been there. You know what that is.
Exactly. Be an example.
Absolutely.
Don't be a part of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to incite her. You want to incite the riot because you know she gonna pop off.
And then you like, oh, look at her.
She
Oh,
animal.
Look at her. Look at that animal.
Animal.
Make no mistake. They think your black ass is that same animal too, or you have that potential.
Right.
Yeah, you're just a quiet version of it. You know.
She just does it differently.
Because let's be honest, we can go back to the time when she called out Miley Cyrus on the awards. That was aggressive.
Right.
You
That's
know,
what
she
people
was
were saying.
like, "Holla at me, get at me." It's just like.
Who's that?
She was like,
you know
Molly,
I'm-
what's good?
Yeah, that's what she said.
Who?
Molly, what's good?
Who's that?
Nikki. It was just like Miley.
It's like
What's
Miley
Miley
Cyrus.
gonna do? You know.
They were gonna do a collab. We
Because
didn't
she's
know
a
about.
bully. Nicki Minaj is a bully.
A silent one though.
Yeah.
And as you say, what is Twitter fingers turn to trigger fingers?
Mm-hmm.
Or trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers. Reverse. So unfortunately, she's reaping what she sowed because Little Kim is a prime example of this is coming to fruition for Nicki. She is now in Little Kim's predicament where
when she was taking shots at her.
Right.
So
circle of life. That's right. And
speaking of the
circle of life. Cheers.
solo.
Wedding attire for hire.
Mm.
Ladies, have you been to a wedding and seen somebody wearing what they should wear in a club, but they're wearing that at somebody's wedding?
Yeah. The cheap $10 spot, white dress in August with sweat stains on the back.
It just
Inappropriate.
hurts. It just hurts.
Horrible. It was embarrassing. I was embarrassed for the young lady and she had no clue.
And Spanx matter. Spanks matter. You should not be jello jiggling.
You didn't say excuse me.
Right. Sorry, I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be interactive.
You know, and this is the realness of it. You know.
Disrespectful as fuck.
I need an apple.
Oh, she's gonna wash the apple. I
You know?
love my child. I love her. I birthed her.
That's right. That's right.
This is what
Ife's
makes the show
firstborn.
fun.
Her
That's-
firstborn. She's taking a bite out of bite out of the apple. That's right. And at some weddings, you even see some of the men are tacky too.
Listen, I have seen some things where you're like, oh, you know what I often wonder, like, I don't think, like, I'm a super stylist.
But
or-
you are.
But when I look, before I leave, I'm like, no, that's very, no, that's inappropriate, that doesn't work. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Ill-fitted pants.
I have seen some. Like, you can't wear the high waist
I know if
when you got
have-
low butt. Like,
I
it's
know.
like you.
High waist with a low butt.
Ugh.
When they go high, when they go low, we go high.
No.
And then the high waters, the flood.
It's not for everyone. You
Yeah.
know, a 6'8" guy shouldn't have those on.
And when is too tight for a man's pants?
When you can't walk like the Migos when they were performing on their pants were so
Ife
tight.
had a big problem with that.
Because they couldn't move.
Yeah.
They couldn't. It looked like their balls were hurting. That like I felt bad for them.
Literally, they were like.
They couldn't move.
They couldn't walk it while they talk it.
They couldn't.
It was sad.
They
It was
couldn't.
sad. It was sad. Pray for them. Pray for them as they're making money, okay? They're making money. We just want them to get a little more loose fit, okay? And shout out to culture. Okay? Shout out to culture.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. We can't wait to see her, right?
Oh, they haven't shown pictures of it
Mm-mm,
yet.
mm-mm.
Oh. Okay. Oh, you sliced a motherfucking apple.
I mean, you know what? Slice of life.
That's the apple.
You know, who knew?
She did.
Solos are multi-purposeful,
Honey
right?
crisp.
Thank you. This is golden delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You know your apples.
You do.
You know you manzanas.
What is also tacky is that when a bride, what do you think is too much for a bride to wear at a wedding?
I wear whatever you want as a bride.
Can you?
I don't think I'm over. I've never been a fan of like traditional weddings. So I think if you want to wear look like you going to the club,
I did.
or if you want to wear
I had a red dress, didn't she?
I had a red T-strap.
exactly.
With some red
She had a red dress.
stiletto like rhinestone.
You sure did.
Fucking whore.
Um,
Fucking whore. Oh my goodness.
Is what I call the housewives of Coldplay.
I sure did.
Mhm. She's done a lot of fashionable shopping moments. She's done a lot of things where you're like, really? Really? We went to Jamaica and we were in a shanty town. And
What? No.
she wore Chanel sunglasses. And, people are hungry and they were, it's just, that's her. You gotta love her. You gotta love her. Yeah, she'll wear the finest where they're the poorest. And it was funny.
Yeah, well, I went horseback riding in Uruguay with a Gucci bag.
You see?
I got out the car and Nico was like, what the fuck are you doing? I
Yeah.
was like, what? He's like, we're getting on a fucking horse. You need a Gucci bag? I
Yeah.
was like I might need something. Lip gloss.
Yeah. She pays the cost to be the boss. And talking about paying the cost to be the boss, you're the boss of your body.
right.
Your body is your temple.
Don't you?
But these asses, man.
Are full of dimples.
We've seen a couple, what do you call it? It's not botchery. What do you call it? When this augmentation,
Body dysmorphia?
body dysmorphia.
Yes, it's a lot of that. I often wonder what people like beautiful black women, when they look in the mirror, like if I see you and I'm like, my God, you're beautiful. And
What
you
do they see?
What do they see when they look in the mirror? What could possibly possess you to want to put those foreign toxins and things in your body? Like, they
I don't
haven't had enough
understand.
time to test to see the long-term
Somebody's
effects
talking about
or
that.
results. Like, you know what I'm saying? It takes hundreds, thousands of years. You know what I'm saying? To
Look at K. Michelle.
I couldn't do it. Look at
What's her name?
what's
Who
your
was just
Well, we will be,
well,
one of our family friends. She has, basically looks like her body has became disintegrated her butt from all the, what was it, industrial caulk? What is it?
There was something from Home Depot or something.
It was industrial.
Commercial product. Ow.
It was industrial silicone that was inserted in her cheeks, and it started to leak. What they say is it leaks and forms these other kind of rock formations, which causes these clots, and the body has nowhere to.
So it's like it's hard, like hardened arteries. It's just so it blocks circulation.
Yeah, the picture literally looks like it was rotting.
So
her ass was
sad.
rotting. And it just, I just hope young ladies out there know that your body's beautiful. You can do what you want with your body, but I guess choose the right thing and don't go cheap. Never treat your body cheap.
Right.
I hear about these people doing these these late night after hour spots where they get in illegally putting their bodies and they traveling to foreign countries and they're getting these infections.
I'm good. Listen, okay, I would like a Brazilian, a little butt lift.
Well, see, they have what they call the mommy makeover, which is
I could
Ife's
do a mommy
referring to.
makeover. Oh, thank you.
That's what she's referring to. That seems to be the safest because it's transferring the fat. Also, but what I've been told is that the implant is actually the safer version, which is what Black China has. But again, I just think it's just awkward that eventually, like a tire, you have to take it out and put a new one in.
Yes, you have to replace it. Oh, Lord.
So it's like upgrading a car.
You have to have big maintenance. You have to maintain
I'm
it.
good.
And at
Yeah,
65, how
This shit-
big do you want
This
your
shit
ass
is
to be?
defying gravity as we speak, and I'm gonna rock out till I drop out with this right here.
See? Be happy what you got, right?
Yep,
I mean,
absolutely.
honestly, if you want to lift something or hand something, I know people doing collagen to their faces and nipping and tucking, and nobody wants to age anymore, and it's just sad because sometimes you just want the natural process to happen.
Yeah.
But I dare to say, if I had the money, would I tighten up the wrinkles? Would I tighten up when it starts to happen? What do you call it? What's it called? The crow's feet. When it starts to happen, will you?
You don't have them now, and a lot of these women start doing this stuff at Doc's age. 16-year-old girls getting nose jobs.
Isn't
like
that
this,
sad? And
this
their body
starts
didn't finish
early.
growing.
Yeah, that starts early.
And it's given to them as
but it's
gifts.
just, what don't you see? Like I don't get it. I don't. But I don't have to.
And it's to the point where I can almost tell, but not all the time tell if it's fake or real because now they're getting the thigh implants too.
Huh?
Yep.
I'll do some research.
It's really scary.
Well, they can do anything.
So how do you feel about it?
You know me, I'm very into natural.
Sure.
I don't believe in doing anything to your body.
Or deodorant.
No, I believe
teasing,
in.
I'm
Yeah,
teasing.
don't do that. 'Cause
I'm
we on
teasing.
live, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm teasing. And they be like, she don't wear deodorant. No,
I
she.
carry deodorant with me
My baby's-
24/7.
my
Actually,
baby is
'cause I
awesome.
do sweat a lot, but
And
I'm very
No.
into cosmetic surgery at all. Like, I just think you should just do natural routines.
how about unless you have to?
I mean, yes, if you absolutely have to. If I got into a car accident,
Yeah,
and,
like-
my nose was fucked up.
And you had to.
Like a
Yeah.
lot of the celebrities say
But-
happen,
Claim they had
and then they
to
get the
say
nose job.
But I
Like
think
that
to
girl.
take advantage is
Hazel,
a
he did
problem.
it.
Said she flew over on
She
a bike.
did get into a bad bike accident, but I think she would have had surgery
Anyway.
regardless.
But that's an example I'm giving too.
Right,
You know how
exactly.
it's used as an excuse. And
Didn't
I
Michael
almost died.
Jackson do the same thing?
well,
Who?
Michael had body. What do you call it? Body dysmorphia. What did you call what Michael
He
had?
had
Vitiligo.
No, when
Right, what
he
do
kept taking away from his face.
He was taking the cartilage.
Right, but he kept seeing his face as ugly. He would upgrade his face
That's
every
body
album.
dysmorphia.
That's body dysmorphia.
Okay, body dysmorphia. Every album he would upgrade. And speaking of crazy upgrades,
Upgrade.
the comparison,
What?
Kimye, Jayonce,
2 different worlds.
who's more obnoxious?
I don't.
More obnoxious? Definitely Kimye.
Yeah, I don't think Jay-Z and
How-
Beyonce are obnoxious because you already know. Like, they don't have to be. Or ostentatious, or, you know what I'm saying? Definitely Kimye.
Who would you say you're more tired of?
All of them. I am. I'm sick of hearing Beyonce and Jay-Z. I'm tired of these.
So you didn't want to see the On the Run tour?
Absolutely not.
And I'm asking you, Sue, because you're a major Beyonce fan.
But
Yeah.
that's the thing. I'm such a Beyonce fan that I
She
like.
would go. She got the she would.
Well, not even that. Like I don't like seeing Beyonce and Jay-Z together. I've
Why?
never been to the On the Run tours because I think that it's like this fake like stage chemistry. She's usually like all over him. And he just be kind of like doing his thing. Like, it's weird to me. Like she's overly
Well,
affectionate.
Art
He's
imitates life.
She's
doesn't seem
awkward.
natural.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
but I
saying?
think in real life, Beyonce is more in love with him than he is with her. Like I think it's always been that way. But Beyonce also makes very pop music anymore, and I was a Destiny's Child R&B
That's
fan.
your era. Yeah. You came from Destiny's Child,
Yeah,
so,
so
it's
I-
different.
I haven't seen Beyonce since like Mrs. Carter tour because I was done after that.
Wow, Sue, you probably...
And you were a fan.
I'm such a fan.
Like, get tickets, but can y'all take us to the concert? Because mommy likes to leave early before the show's over
Literally.
to get out the parking lot.
So literally, Sue,
Always.
I'm such a. We went to see them at one time. We went to like a Kiss FM concert. I remember it was like back in the day. It was like '99.
and I know
Destiny's Child had like just came out, and then we.
You
it
went
was
with
at the
Barbz?
Garden. No, me and you went. I think it was at the Garden, and like Mary closed out, but Destiny's Child was on it. It was like a holiday tour, but that was like the first time I had seen Destiny's Child.
It was just you and I?
Yeah, and they literally had just came out. Like
I probably did.
I'm like I remember we had four seats because Barbara got his tickets to Kiss.
And we saw them?
It was mad
Yeah,
different
that's
people
right.
on the tour.
It's all coming back to her.
I
Well,
love
soon.
you. I love you. I love my girls and my son and my niece.
Sorry, I know
And
I
my
talked a lot on
brothers.
that topic. Go ahead.
No, this was our final topic, honestly.
Memories.
You know, memories don't live like people do. They always remember you.
A crop top might not be for you.
Hey.
Woo, my first time. What?
First time is a
what?
charm.
Good.
That was
How you guys
fun.
left? You liked it?
Are we still recording?
Yes, we're still
Were we
recording.
on Instagram Live?
That's right.
Okay.
And your posture was fucking on point.
You
What?
always talks about
Ballet. She's always.
Strong.
I can't help it.
That's right.
Strong
Arch
box.
your back, just pop it.
All to me is a dance her parents put her through.
Okay. All right.
Absolutely.
And on that note, we will see you guys the last Friday of September.
Oh,
That's
we'll be
right.
doing this again.
We do this 2 and 2 twice a month, 2 Fridays a month.
Perfect.
And it's a half an hour segment. We hope you loved us.
We have to thank our producers.
Yes.
Rich
Oh,
and
come
Aya.
on. We have to thank the producers.
Yeah.
My favorite
That's right.
15-year-old
That's
niece,
right.
Aya.
Papaya.
And Big Bro. Mwah,
Yes.
mwah. And 2 men out.
That's right, guys.
And we have
That's right. All right, inappropriate adults, check us. Look for us. Love you. Peace.